Hey guys, and welcome back to another Conan Exiles video. Today we are back on the Exiled Lands in map square L5 building a Darfari Camp. The mods used are in the description below, so without further ado, let's get started. Firstly, I started off with palisade walls to mark out the area of the camp. Now, I'm using modded palisade walls here, more like stake walls, which work quite nicely for this design. However, if you're building this on console, or you just don't have this particular mod, I think the base game palisades would work quite nicely, though they do give a bit more of a ramshackle feeling to the design. Initially, I planned to cut off about half of this island for the camp. However, I decided against that, and I think it was a better decision to create a smaller camp area that I eventually did, as it just kind of suits the idea of a jungle camp better than a massive built-up campsite would. I also used a modded ramshackle gate, and used the Pippi mod to scale it down and place it in between a gap between the palisade walls to act as the entrance. After clearing some more vegetation and placing a couple more palisade walls around the back, I then placed down the shrine to Yog, which is the focal point of this build. Once I'd placed that, I then spawned in some of the large black hand tents and began to populate the build with those. I also did place one or two leaf covered tents, though I eventually removed them, as they just didn't really fit what I was going for. These black hand tents are a great option for campsite builds. They've got a great feeling and personality to them, and that works really nicely for both camps in the desert and the jungle. Once I'd placed the tents, I then began on building up a couple of Flotsam buildings. The Darfari may be vicious cannibals, but I think a ramshackle Flotsam structure suits the vibe of the camp quite nicely. I also decided to build some platforms up on the tree, which meant using those dreaded treehouse foundations. Actually, to be honest, this wasn't as bad as I thought it would be, though I wasn't trying to construct anything too grand. I built a simple, large platform onto the tree, and I then built up pillars and ceilings to connect to a smaller second platform above the first one, and I then removed the pillars and built another hatch frame and ladder to connect those platforms together. I eventually decided to reduce the size of the bottom platform so that it suits the shape of the tree a bit better and looks away from the front of the camp. I then used Flotsam pillars to connect the tree platform to the tree itself. Now, I would say this is fairly unconventional for a tree platform, but I actually think it works quite nicely in making the design of the camp look a bit more complex and kind of grounding the platform in a way. Next, I built up the Flotsam buildings on the jungle floor. I constructed a small 2x2 near the front gate, which will be a sleeping room for the tribe leader. This is a really simple design, though I will adjust it very slightly before the furnishing phase for a simpler, more traditional design. I then started on a small watchtower at the back of the camp near the shrine to Yog. I built a simple, one-step circular foundation and built it up, building a larger platform at the top. As you can see, I initially built stairs up to the top of the platform. However, it didn't really suit the theme, so I instead got rid of the stairs and replaced it with a ladder, and then I smoothed the platform atop the tower using Flotsam roof pieces below to connect to the walls. Finally, I fenced off the watchtower, the tree platform, and built a roof atop the 2x2 building at the front of the camp, though, again, I would later change that roof design to something more traditional. Finally, when the shell of the build was done, it was then time to, of course, furnish. Approaching the camp, I've lit the design with open flames to keep that rustic feeling consistent. Entering the camp, I've added another tent on the right and I've scaled it down slightly, and you can also see that I've added a lot of decorations that really suit this build. Severed heads, burning bodies, bone chimes and banners. All of these decorations really help to establish the feeling of being right in the middle of a cannibal camp. On the ground in the camp there are a few different facilities. On the right side you'll find a small hide tanning station right next to the butcher's tent, where a somewhat skilled butcher prepares meat for the tribe, usually, of course, human meat. On the left side is the small 2x2 room for the head of the tribe, and outside is a carpenter's station and some beds underneath the main large tent, providing a place for the rest of the tribe members to sleep. At the focal point of the camp is of course the altar to Yog, where prisoners are sacrificed and meat is blessed by Yog, allowing the cannibals that eat it to have visions of the dead and become closer to their god. Next to the altar is the watchtower, which looks over the river at the back of the camp. Heading up the tree, the first platform is the sacrificial storage section. Here, 2 prisoners are held captive within cages, left to the mercy of the environment in the shadow of the impaled, emaciated corpses that undoubtedly came before them. Heading up to the top level, this is another watch platform, where a skilled Darfari archer watches out for curious adventurers wandering too close to the camp. And there we have it, a Darfari camp in the Exiled Lands in Map Square L5. Thanks for watching. It occurred to me yesterday that I've never really built anything specifically for the Darfari, so I decided to do just that today. It's very much out of my usual remit. There was a lot of placing placeables and not that much actual construction in this build. However, I'm pretty happy with it. It's nice to switch things up and I hope you enjoyed it too. If you like the channel and would like to see more content in the future, there are links in the description to my Twitter, Twitch, Discord, NordVPN discount, Host Havoc affiliate link and my Patreon. Or, of course, you can simply just leave a like and subscribe. Any of those are greatly appreciated. If you do choose to become a patron, you'll get sneak peeks of future videos, special roles in the Coffee Cult Discord, full-size blueprint downloads, your name at the end of every video, and finally, a brand new edition for the $5 and above tiers, custom-made Conan Exiles wallpapers in both 1080p and 4K resolutions, with patrons at the $20 tier being able to request custom designs. On that note, a thanks to our current patrons Sadialot, Randar, Connor, Blue Ivy, Velma, Torn, and Eagle Rose. If you're new here, I upload every Wednesday and Sunday, so I hope to see you then. As always, take care, and I'll see you soon.